All right, are we in? Are we in? Okay, how do I look? Is the sword long enough? All right. Okay, well, let's do a welcome. Welcome to Anyland, everybody. As you may have noticed, you are now in the Black Lodge from the hit series Twin Peaks. So let's have a quick look around, if you don't mind. Actually, I'd originally planned to do it in my own Black Lodge, which I made here in Anyland. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, doors open. Follow me. Ah, coffee. It's a bit of an Easter egg here. The coffee. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm a long-time user of Anyland and very much an admirer of what they've done with very few personnel or resources. So I highly recommend people check it out because their creation tools, um, while they're kind of matched in other platforms, they still don't match in quite the same way. So there's still a lot you can do with the space. But anyway, as I was saying, I have my own Black Lodge here, but as I was going to that home space, I found that this one was nicer. Not to put down my own abilities as a creator, but yeah, someone did do a nicer job. So yeah, let's just do the reading here. So yeah, we are well into the Mirror Box reading tour throughout the metaverse, and I've been looking forward to Anyland for a while. So I'm going to read. I'm going to read a quick section that is, in fact, a dream, a very, let's say, Lynchian dream sequence that I call Infinite Paper. So throughout the book, if you've been following the reading tours at all, you would know that the protagonist is named Orson, and he does have these dreams. They call them. They could be visions, but they do incorporate like a lot of the themes within the book, and this one is no exception. Like as he has just encountered some shadow puppeteers, which will soon be very integral to the story. Uh, but um, but yeah, after seeing a shadow puppeteer performance, he has a dream about it, like in which he is a participant. So let me get to it. The sun was the circular head of a flashlight pressed against a blank sheet of paper. But also, our three-dimensional world was the blank sheet of paper, and we were just two-dimensional characters moving within it. No colors existed there, just shadows of varying intensity. Three flat, bushy mounds formed the hills in the background, and there were two shadow trees on either side of me, with a small boulder just beside me. Beyond these objects, there was nothing, no audience, there was only infinite paper. The spirits of the trees were there, sitting beside them. I didn't see a spirit for the boulder, so I supposed that I was the stone spirit. I started walking towards towards a tree, because I wanted to converse with the tree spirit. But as a 2D creature in a 3D environment, you don't walk as much as bounce forward. As I moved, the stone said, "Hey! One second. I want to say hi," I answered. It grumbled, but didn't speak. When I got to the tree spirit, it cocked its rounded head and with arched eyes and overly broad smile. I imitated the act and then cocked my head the other way. Then it copied me. The spirit giggled, but the sound escaped its mouth as slow-moving squiggly lines, and I only heard the giggle when the lines reached me, bouncing off my head and onward into infinite paper. I responded by trying to say hello, but the squiggly lines escaped my mouth in the same way. When the lines reached the spirit, it cocked its head again, and I copied it. "How are you connected to the tree?" I asked. The wavy line spurned forward to the spirit, who adjusted its head and sent identical lines in my direction. They too sounded like giggles. I persisted. If the tree dies, will you die too? Or will you pass on to another life form? My squiggly lines of inquiry moved towards it, and more wavy lines of response came towards me. But the giggles were louder and more mirthful that time. I thanked the spirit, but didn't wait for the return giggle. I turned on a pivot and bounced hurriedly towards the shadow stone. When I reached its side, it said gruffly, "I hope you were having fun over there." No, I didn't understand anything it told me. Probably it didn't understand me either. "Well, what kind of deep philosophical probing did you expect? It's a tree spirit. You have no connection to them." I said, "As creatures of the world, we must surely have a connection with the spirit." "No! Tree spirits have connections with the trees, and the other tree spirits. You and I are alone here, but it's okay as long as you stay close to me." I said, "This saddens me, Stone. I'm grateful for your company, but why shouldn't we be part of this rich network called life?" "We have a different function." "What's that?" "Well, we're a gap in the network. Look at our position. Where are we?" I pivoted, looking at one tree and then the other. "We're between two trees. You keep the trees separate from one another." "Okay. And how would things be different if I was a tree and you were a tree spirit?" "Well, I suppose we'd just be three trees and tree spirits side by side." The stone asked, "What good is a tree?" I started to answer, but it interrupted. "Let me rephrase that. What's the use of a tree in the land of infinite paper? When you answer this question, you can leave, but not before." I thought on this for a long time. I bounced pensively, circling the stone very many times. Though the sun was static, it felt like days upon days of consideration. Finally, an answer sprung within me. Stone, I do believe I've solved it." "Can't wait to hear it." In a land of infinite paper, trees only perpetuate their paper environment, which is pointless because of its pre-existing infinite nature. However, a stone once tossed will tear through the infinite paper and reveal the world within. Am I right? Stone answered, "You got it exactly. So, Stone Spirit, you know what to do." "Right." I bounced myself closer to the boulder and then struggled to bounce it upward. I trembled beneath the weight of the stone, and then with all my strength I heaved it forwards. When the two-dimensional stone struck at ground level, it tore a five-sided hole in the infinite paper. Through the hole was the darkness of a vacuum, with nothing to grab hold of. I was whisked into the gap, but as I flew toward it, I spotted the tree spirit, gripping the body of its tree and flapping like a flag in the sucking wind, while a stream of giggle lines flowed from its mouth. All right, and that'll do for today. So thank you for coming to the Anyland reading, and I'll see you at the next event, which will be Club Penguin, followed by Second Life, followed by Engage. So have a big week ahead. All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.